What's up, everybody? I'm here yet again with another video. This time, this is going to be my library tour. This is the first video I've ever done like this, so bear with me. I've always wanted to do this. I've been collecting books since I was like 7 or 8, and I am 30 now, so I'm old. So Grandpa is going to show you all of his books he's got. A while back ago, before I start this, I have a good friend named Alex over at the Bookubus. I don't know how to do timestamps or anything like that on YouTube yet, so if you follow her, you follow her. But she's really cool. She collects books too. But in one of her videos, she posted that somewhere somebody said you had to have 1,000 books or more to really say you have a library. And I was really curious on that, so I really wanted to go in and count all my books. I needed to dust the shelves off anyway, so I took them off and reorganized, all that cool stuff. So I did that, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you all how much I actually have and own in my. Right now, we're gonna say book room because we don't know if it's a library or not. We don't know if I have 1,000. I might have five books. I don't. It's way more than that. So, without further ado, let's do this. So starting off right here, I have a drawing that one of my friends made me, one of my best friends, and yeah, it's Slappy in all of his glory. Behind that is a Write Your Fright Horrorland journal thing. And behind those two are two journals. And I'm not going to be taking anything off the shelves in this video. Might do that one day, but I'll probably have to do it like individually shelved or something. Because that's going to take a long time. Once I give you the number of books I got, you'll understand why. All right? So down here, I got a bookmark that I got from one of my friends. I got the Haunted Mask from Trick or Treat Studios, which is well worth the money. It was like $70 when I bought it. I really want the Haunted Mask 2. I haven't gotten that yet. The Attack of the Jack-O-Lantern is the one I want to, but not as much as Haunted Mask 2. Over here, this is kind of the more rare stuff I have. So I have the Live on Stage. I have a signed Ghost Beach book, which isn't my favorite book in the Goosebumps series, but it's signed, so I really wanted it. I actually found it at a flea market of all places. Didn't know it was signed. I have a sealed copy of Little Comic Shop of Horrors, 2 sealed DVDs, Goosebumps 1 and 2. I have the little thing that you see at like Walmart and stuff where you go buy the DVD. The same friend that made me the picture got me that, so that was really cool. I got the Goosebumps thermos. I need a bunch of merchandise, but Goosebumps merch gets really expensive. Down here on the next shelf is my Goosebumps reprints. I have all of the like 2008 versions. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of them. I don't know if I have every single one, but I have a good majority of them. I have the Brandon Dorman reprints, the Living Dummy, Goosebumps bind up thing, which is really cool cover. There's another variant of that with the eyes on top. I have the Horrorland, what do you call these things? The collector's edition, I guess. There's another one back there, and it's like the Brandon Dorman Goosebump books or whatever. So coming on down, I got like a t-shirt that's in its package. I got some folders. I got like 7 board games that's still sealed. I got like a good deal on that. This girl on Facebook was selling them. And yeah, I'll share what I paid for them. I paid $2 a piece for them. Isn't that great? I got some more board games. I got another little box that I kept that I got for Christmas. They had some Goosebump stuff in it. And that's pretty much that shelf. Let's go on to the good shelf. Right here, I like that shelf too, by the way. But this is the Goosebump shelf, is what I'd like to say. All of them are probably Goosebump shelves, but anyway. Starting on top, we got some Goosebumps toys. I got the Horrorland. I got a Slappy toy that one of my friends gave me. I got another Slappy toy. I got some Goosebumps collectibles, which are ridiculously hard to find. If you're a merchandise collector, these are the hardest thing I think you can find. I mean, I know there's some obscure stuff like the Cuckoo Clock of Doom clock and all that stuff. I'd love to have all that, but that's really expensive. Mr. Mortman, my favorite Goosebumps villain. I think I took his bug out that he was eating. I got The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. which is one of the more dumb toys because he's carrying a torch. Um, I don't know if you know about scarecrows, but they're made out of pine straw. So, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They could have picked out something else to go with them. Give him, like, a tractor or something. You got the Mud Monsters, which starred in one of the worst Goosebump books in existence, in my opinion. Starting down here, we have the 1 through 62 books. The best Goosebump series of all time. My favorite being The Gorilla Cried Monster. The worst being Be Careful What You Wish For. The most underrated being The Haunted School. And I actually don't like I Live in Your Basement. So there's that. After that, we get the Tales to Give You Goosebumps. And again, my opinions are kind of weird. But my favorite of these, there's 6 of them, is the very rarest one. The More and More and More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. The Christmas edition. So, yeah, and that's like a lot of people's least favorite. I got 3 of the thin books. I got some hardcovers that are really nostalgic to me, especially Monster Blood 3. I remember reading that same book in the school library. And, yeah, I mean, I remember going to the principal's office, getting picked up from school, and reading that. So, Monster Blood 3 is always going to be probably my favorite of the Monster Bloods. And, to be honest, it's not really that great. None of the Monster Bloods are, in my opinion. Don't Go to Sleep is okay. A little disappointed because the front cover doesn't really happen, but one of the best covers. So coming on down to this is the Give Yourself Goosebumps, and I've read I'm like halfway through the series. I haven't done reviews for all of them, but I do want to go back and do reviews on YouTube, and I'm still doing like some reviews on Instagram. I'm doing them as I read them, and I'm going back and kind of looking back and doing like a nostalgic review. So that's kind of what I mean by nostalgic review. I never really reread anything unless I want to review it, and I just don't remember it. And there are some books I know that I'm going to have to reread because, for example, there's the Ghost of Fear Street series. There's one called like Parents from the Third Dimension or something like that. And I was thinking about doing a review for it, but I don't remember anything about it. I remember something being about a coin, and that's literally it. Like, maybe the kids are going to get eaten by their parents that are aliens or something. I don't know. But anyway, after the Give Yourself, we got the 2 triple headers, and there's some good stories in there. I know a lot of people don't really care for these, but the school one, the Scream School, I think, that one's pretty cool. The Sponge Boys, I laughed when the Sponge Boys from Outer Space done the little where they like rub their head against the chalkboard to erase it. And Ghost Granny. Ghost Granny's, it is really good. So I know a lot of people like it, and I like it too. After that, we get to Series 2000, which is a pretty good series. There's some that aren't supernatural, and so, I mean, you would think that you wouldn't like those, but they do a pretty good job. Like, well, I'm not going to spoil them. But yeah, my favorite in the series is a supernatural one. That's Earth Geeks Must Go. And least favorite, Be Afraid, Be Very Afraid. Oh, by the way, this whole shelf I've actually read. And you'll see more as I get kind of over to the other side. We got the collector's caps. I got all of the TV Present books. The hardest one to find was easily Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. It's actually a library edition, so it's like stands out like a sore thumb. But I'm glad to have it. I mean, that's ridiculously hard to find now. I haven't checked prices on it lately, but when I was looking for that book, there was one that was like $200. So, whatever. Past that is my Monster Edition books. All of these work except the Slappy one that's eyes are supposed to light up. But I have videos on Instagram where I'm actually like turning these things on and all that. So past that shelf, we have the Horrorland series, which is probably the worst series of Goosebump books, to be honest. There's probably like 3 good ones in the series. Other than that, they're pretty mediocre. Let's see, my favorite of that series, I know this is spoiling any potential of doing a ranking video, but my favorite is the Monster one. My friends call me Monster. It's probably my favorite. I really like the Escape from Horrorland one because it has kind of like some of the settings of the haunted school where it's like black and white. But I don't really consider that just by itself because it's like part of the tie-up of all of the books connecting. So there's that. Slappy New Year's good too. There's a scene where he chases these kids with like hedge clippers or something, and that stuck with me for a long time. Then we got the Hall of Horrors, which has one of the worst books in the series, The Birthday Party of No Return. Yikes. The first two are really good, and then the other ones are kind of, Don't Scream is pretty unique, but it doesn't really get out of second gear for me. After that, we got the Goosebumps Wanted Haunted Mask book. I read that a long time ago, and I remember like the prologue, and yeah, that's about it. We got the Most Wanted series, which, again, my opinions are kind of weird, but my favorite is A Nightmare on Clown Street so far. I need one more I have one more to read, and that's the Night of the Puppet People. So, I'm hoping that'll be good, but I'm pretty sure that it's not going to beat the clown one. The least favorite of that one is probably Dr. Maniac. Jesus, Dr. Maniac sucks. It's probably like the worst Goosebump book in general, like out of all of these books. Okay. So after that, we get the special edition books of the Most Wanted, and they're all really good. Some of them kind of fall apart in the later halves, but nothing bad. Like, none of them are really bad. 12 Screams of Christmas is one of my favorites. I'm surprised a lot more people don't like it. After that, we get the Slappy World series, which is coming to an end this year, which is really sad. I was hoping R.L. Stine will keep writing till he's 184. But, life gets in the way. The best so far of Slappy World is It's Alive, It's Alive. My least favorite, Attack of the Jack. It's either Attack of the Jack or the Monster Blood one. And the sad thing is the Monster Blood one was really good until the ending. The ending ruined anything that it had going for it. After this is my non-numbered edition Goosebump books. I don't even know how many there are of these. I think there's 6. So I'm missing Say Cheese and Die, I think. But I think I have a copy of that. Yeah, I think I have it down here. But I don't have it with these because I got it from a separate person. So I'll explain as I get down there, maybe. If I don't forget by the time I get there. Yeah, I did look at this one, The Welcome to Dead House. I'm pretty sure that it's the first edition, first printing. Like, Goosebumps Completionist did a whole video on it. So I'm thinking that it's the same thing. It's like the first edition, first printing with no numbers. So it's pretty rare. I got the copy of the Haunted Mask with the mask inside, but it doesn't have the mask inside. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I can't explain it no better than that. Basically, it has an advertisement for it, but it's not there. But it's different than the other Haunted Mask. I have a French edition of it's a monster book. What is it? How to Kill a Monster. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyway. I think I translated it a few years ago. But I got it as a free book on Thrift Books, so I was like, hey, I'll get that. I got the UK edition of the 2 bind-up, My Hairest Adventure, and It Came From Beneath the Sink. My Hairest Adventure is actually one of my, I wouldn't say like top 5, but I actually like it. So, again, my opinions are very weird on Goosebumps, so nobody's probably going to agree with anything that I say. And that's okay. That's the fun of it all. I have one of the sleeves, the collector's editions. This is like the Haunted Mask, and it has like 12, 13, and 14 in there. Pianist Can Be Murder, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, and Be Careful What You Wish For. So, yeah. So let's go on down. This is some of my packaging I kept, because silly me opened up the toys that I have up there at the top. I should have kept them in their package, but I really wanted Mr. Mortman to be out. He deserves it. So anyway, down here I got my VHS tape collection, and all of these are very nostalgic. Oh man, the Haunted Mask especially is probably one of my favorite things. I used to watch it every Halloween, Haunted Mask 1 and 2. It was basically like my Charlie Brown. So after this, we got the 3 rare Goosebumps VHS tapes, other than the ones that are from like UK, which is like Return of the Mummy and Welcome to Camp Nightmare. So after that, we got the DVDs, and then we got a tape. And for those youngins that are watching this, This is what we used to have before CDs, and I don't even think y'all have CDs anymore, so Jesus, I'm old. So anyway, after that we get the another collector's edition Goosebumps. This is the Vampire Breath like edition. It has like 49, 50, 51. Probably see the side of it there. It's dark. I'm not going to take it out yet. So after that, we get the Art of Goosebumps, which is really, really amazing for any collector. After this, we got How to Draw Goosebumps. We got a handful of books that my friend gave me. And what I said earlier about the Say Cheese and Die edition with no numbers on it, it's right back there, but you can't even see it. And after that, we get the postcard book. All right. So after this, we're coming over here. This is the books I'm reading right now. The April edition books that I'm reading. So I got The Rich Girl, The Let's Party Seniors, and Most Wanted, Night of the Puppet People, and the 12 Wishes, or not 12 Wishes, 3 Evil Wishes from the Ghost of Fear Street series. I've read the other ones that I posted earlier in my TBR. We got some books for next month that I've already picked out. I'm hell-bent on reading another Spine Tinglers. So, yeah, I'm excited. Coming on down, we got the Fear Street series and the point horror. I kind of combined them both. They're, the R.L. Stine point horror stuff. Let's see, the best point horror R.L. Stine book, Beach Party, probably. Or The Hitchhiker. Ooh, The Hitchhiker's really, really great. And now we go to the regular Fear Street. My favorite so far being Missing. My least favorite probably being The Dare or Killer's Kiss or All Night Party. Another really favorite of mine is The Boy Next Door, which I read a couple months ago, and it's really good. After that, we get the more Fear Streets. Trapped is really good, if you haven't read that. Then we got the Cheerleader series, which, this is a hot take, but the first 3 Cheerleader books are really good, really solid. Probably 5-star reads for me. But the rest of them, like little spin-off Cheerleaders, I didn't really care for them too much. I think I was mainly burned out on Cheerleaders books, but yeah, it's not one of my favorites. Now, past that, we got one Fear Street Saga book, which I read, which I haven't been in the mood for the sagas. Mainly, they're so drawn out, I just like to get through with like one Fear Street, focusing on one single thing. After that, we get the 99 Fear Street series, which is probably easily my favorite of the trilogies. To give you a heads up, this is probably the scariest book that R.L. Stine's written, or book series that he's written. Especially the first one. The first one's the greatest. I read all 3. The first one has this kid getting trapped behind a wall, and in the third book, they actually find the kid's body. So, yeah, it's freaking crazy. I love it. After that, we get the Cataluna Chronicles, which is okay. I mean, I don't think I gave it a very high rating. I have to look. But after that, we get the Super Chillers, and okay, another hot take. I didn't like any of the Silent Night books. All of them were boring. I hated whatever her name was, Rita, I think. I didn't like them. Broken Hearts is my favorite of the Super Chillers. We got, what else we have after that? Bad Moonlight's pretty good with some terrible songs. The New Year's Party is really good, underrated. High Tide, I don't remember much about it. And then we got the other 2 Cheerleaders books I told you about. And again, by this time I was done with Cheerleaders. I mean, yeah, I didn't really care too much. I was like, I'm ready to be done and start another thing. So after that, we get the collector's bind-ups, which are really rare now. So, yeah, these are all really good. After that, we get another edition of just like the Dollar General edition, which has a Dollar General thing printed on the front of it, which is crazy because you used to get Fear Street books, Dollar General. I was a little too young. Then we got the Best Friend, The Confession, Killer's Kiss, All Night Party. All of these are the reprints. And we got another Secret Admirer that I got for my birthday. I didn't get an actual Secret Admirer for my birthday. I got the book Secret Admirer for my birthday. I wish I got a Secret Admirer for my birthday. Maybe I'll get one this year. After that, we get the two, what do you call these? The Fear Street novels. And I have all of them, but there's a reason why I separated them. And I'll show you when I get to that shelf. We got the Beach Thrillers bind up. It has Beach Party and Beach House. And Beach Party is not very good. The New Year's Party, again, this is a very nostalgic hardcover edition. Coming on down, we got Superstitious. This is like very dark down here, so bear with me. Another hot take, I really enjoyed Superstitious. I actually really liked it. We got The Sitter, which is another really good adult book by R.L. Stine. And then we got The Ghosts of Fear Street that are very dark. And yeah, let's see. I don't know how to turn my light on. I'm not tech savvy. I'm very sorry. But yeah, this is the Ghost of Fear Street series. Again, there's some in this series I want to go back and do reviews for, but these are all the ones that I've read. And there's a lot that I really want to do a ranking and review them, but a lot of them I don't remember, so I'm probably gonna have to reread them, unfortunately, because another thing, there's not a lot of good ones, but when there is a good one, they're really good. My favorite being The Boy Who Ate Fear Street and Camp for Ghouls is my favorites. Go to Your Tomb Right Now and Halloween Bugs Me, all of those are good. My least favorite, probably Monster Dog. There's another one that I didn't really like. What is it? I think The Eye of the Fortune Teller I didn't really like. And, oh yeah, The House of a Thousand Screams. And there's one more. Why I'm Not Afraid of Ghosts. I mainly didn't like it because of the logic behind one of the, twists that isn't really a twist. It sucks. Then we got the Black Spine editions of the Ghosts of Fear Streets, and I know these are really dark. Can't even see them, so I'm just talking into the darkness. And then we got some Nightmare Hour, Haunting Hour, Beware. That's really cool. That's one of my favorite books to read during Halloween was the R.L. Stine collection of his favorite stories. They're really good. Then we got The Nightmare Room. And again, the first three I read 20 years ago, and I don't remember anything about them. But 6, 7, and 8 I've read recently, and they're all really good. The least favorite probably so far is the Howler, and it's not a bad book. All of those got 4 out of 5 stars so far, except the first 3 I don't remember. Then we got the thin novellas that came out after Series 2000. And then we got Young Scrooge, which is, it's okay. I don't remember very much about it either. I remember there's a really dumb ghost, from the future that comes in that's not exactly what you expect. And there's, one scary ghost. And then the Who is R.L. Stine autobiography kind of thing. So, yeah, that's that. That's those 3 shelves. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm grunting. I'm getting old. We come over to this shelf. And this isn't books, but I'll show them off anyway. I got some Power Rangers Megazords that I had as a kid, and I recently found a guy on McCarty that had them, so I really wanted them. And we got I got a mini Michael Myers and a mini Chucky. I got a Ghostbusters 2 tie-in movie thing. I got The Little Shop of Monsters by R.L. Stine and Mark Brown. Haven't read that yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And then all the way down here at the bottom, I don't have anywhere to put it, but this is a Fear Street sealed One Evil Summer with the watch in it. So there's that. So that's all of these shelves. So that's all of these. If you're really good and you can count and see in the dark, you should know how many I have so far. So coming on over here, we got some more toys and stuff. I got a Dwight Schrute bobblehead. I bought this yesterday. This is Baraka Mortal Kombat action figure still sealed in the box. Baraka's probably my favorite character from the Mortal Kombat series. Him or either Raiden. So yeah. Yeah, I really wanted one as a kid. I got some Bailey School kids. That's where all my spine tinglers, the ones I've read, I separated those. And then down here, I got some I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know if it's picking up, but there's some wrestling magazines. I got some video game. I forgot about Slappy. So I said that the Haunted Mask was worth it. The Trick or Treat Studio Slappy is not worth it. I'll say that right off the bat. It's not good. The face is cool, but he's actually made out of this like weird foam stuff, so he feels like he's gonna break any day. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Over here I got some El Camino toys. I actually drive an El Camino, so there's that. I got another Dwight Schrute that I got for Christmas, a Duff beer. Planning on drinking that one day. It's probably expired. We got a Michelangelo TMNT toy. Got some video games. A bunch of them. I got some DVDs. This isn't where all my DVDs are at, but this is just a handful of them. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which is the best Zelda game in my opinion. Yeah, I got some Sega Genesis games. They're black, so they blend in with that. Some more movies, Outsiders, all that cool stuff. And a Goosebumps board game with just the board. Some wrestling toys, just different things. I have a Slappy in a box, or in a bag. So there's that. These are all like my spare stuff that I use for trades and sells and all kind of cool stuff. I got a little bitty corner of books there. And as I said earlier, my books are kind of separated. But there's a reason for that. This is my TBR shelf. All of these I haven't read, and my goal is to read everything that I own one day. So I actually separate them. So everything on that side of the room I've read. Everything on that side of the room I've read. So I got like 3 shelves that I've read, and then this shelf I have to read. So that's one of the reasons why you're gonna see Give Yourself Goosebumps up there. But these are the ones I haven't read, and yeah, I mean Miami Mice. I'll probably read that soon. That's only like 10 pages probably. I haven't read any of the Rotten School. I have the Shivers books back here, some Bone Chillers. I'm still looking for Bone Chillers, and they're really expensive. I got some more Bailey School Kids, some Christopher Pike, one Random Point horror book. So yeah, this is like the shelf that I really just like admiring because there's so much more to discover. I got this VHS thing that my friends got me for Christmas that lights up. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I can do another video on that. All right. And then in this book's shelf thing, this is dark too. I can't even get by because I got a chair in the way. I'll show y'all in a minute. But I got Animorphs, some random books. I got the Spine Chillers in there somewhere. Spine Tinglers, I'm sorry. And yeah, this is a lot of the stuff that I have. Yeah, I got a random. I don't know if you can't even see that, but there's a Chucky doll down there. So yeah, I haven't read any Animorphs either, but I do plan on reading those too. So everything I own, I do plan on reading. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I have this big old beanbag chair with 2 of the Trick or Treat Studios blankets on there and the 90s bed sheet. A lot of people would be like, oh, that smells like pee. Because I understand. When I was a kid, I remember we had cousins that all of their sheets smelled like that. Anyway, so that's my overview of my library. Oh, and if you're counting, you can kind of guess how much books I have. And if you notice, I said my library. That's because I do officially have a library. I have 1,108. Yeah, 1,108 books. I wrote it down and I try to remember 1108. So yeah, like I said, I took my time counting these things. I haven't bought any more books until I got them done counted. So yeah, this is my little hideaway when I don't want to deal with people, which is Monday through Sunday. So yeah, what do you guys think? Show me your libraries. Tell me how many books you got. Do you count your books? What do you do with your books when you're done with them? Are you weird and do you throw them away? If you do, give them to me. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys will like this. Yeah, have a great night and see you again soon. Bye.